All right, y'all, this is Durags Conversations, and this is kind of like the bonus feature. I have my boy Campain in the building, and he's going to do a little a cappella for us, and we're going to get into a little bit of more conversation, any projects, and, you know, his intake on some of the stuff that's going on in the world. So, my brother, what you going to sing tonight?
Man, we're going to do a little snippet off my last album song called Big. Check me out. I got something that'll make you say goodbye to all your friends. I got something that'll make you wanna spend up all your ends. I got something that'll make you higher than anything you smoke. Only thing you say is fire, but you hit and leaves you soaked. Make you feel good, rolling through the city like you should. Henny in your lap is the mood. You ain't even got a roll of wood. 'Cause I got you tensing. I got you highly addicted. Cutting your cake is the mission. Come get this special attention. Give you that B-I-B-I-G D-I-C-K-N-E-R-G-Y B-I-B-I-G D-I-C-K-N-E-R-G-Y B-I-B-I-G D-I-C-K-N-E-R-G-Y B-I-B-I-G D-I-C-K-N-E-R-G-Y. Yeah. Real R&B shit, no auto-tune. You feel me? Real R&B. You feel me?
I love it. Thank you, my brother. That was real nice, and especially since I'm doing a show for Black female creatives, you know, it's nice to have a nice R&B voice to kind of, you know, give something for the ladies, you know, you feel me?
You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all our Black women out there, man. You feel
Absolutely.
Me? Shout out 3 times to all our Black women out there. You know
exactly.
Especially the creatives.
Exactly. Exactly. Since, you know, this segment is on Black female creatives,
right.
You know, what are your thoughts on Black female creatives?
Man, I feel like, first of all, man, I feel like the hardest struggle in the world is for a Black woman, period, especially in America, period. So I feel like a Black woman, I believe in the term that pressure makes diamonds, right? So when you see the fact that Black people in general are usually having to come from a space that's behind the starting line, and then you look at the fact that Black women are usually having to start farther back than Black men.
Right.
I feel like you can't be surprised when you see incredible pieces of art from women like Issa Rae, or, you know, just, you know, a Black lady sketch show on HBO. Like, that's what you can't get anything but greatness out of people who have to push through the crowd to have a voice. You know what I'm saying? So, I think in 2019 to still be able to say, you know, however long ago slavery was, however long ago,
400 years.
You know, all of that, right? And then, you know, civil rights movement, all of that, we are still saying in 2019, the first Black woman too. Like, we think we're so progressive, and we got iPhone 11s, and we got all the, you know, we got Echo, you know, Alexas and whatever, but we're still, every year, we're saying the first Black woman to host this thing, and it's been around for 80 years. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, female creatives, and especially Black women female creatives, you're gonna get what you pay for every time, because they don't know how to not be great. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. I believe the only time that you see something that's not great is when somebody who's not great influences it or impacts it in a negative way.
I need to remind you probably about your fire body and the way it makes me feel. I'm just trying to see you wine and walk the fine line of fantasy and real. In my mind you play the star, yeah you got it. I'll never fuck up, you never be wildin'. You and me posting all up on the gram. All of these haters be jealous like damn. I stay treating you right, never telling a lie, and your mind be seeing that. Healing up all scars from when you did you wrong, and your heart beat needing that. So tell me why your lips I never feel. I'm dreaming about my crush, this isn't real. I'm in a daydream. I'm crushing on a daydream. You've been a daydream. I'm crushing on a daydream. Oh.
What age was it that you decided to take singing seriously?
Man, you know, it's crazy, man. Like, I was singing for, like, attention from girls. I wasn't singing to make no music or nothing like that. I was literally, what we just did to open the show, that's what I would just do at, like, a little kickback. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to be able to talk to 2-3 girls, you know, before we leave or whatever. But I would say it was when I was, like, 20, right? When I was 20, a friend of mine had a studio. Another friend of mine, we went over his house. And he was just like, you know, y'all want to make a song? I got some studio stuff in the room. I was just like, yeah, because I could sing. So I was like, whatever, let's do something. We're not doing nothing. It's a random day. We're just, you know, it's the summertime, home from college, just, you know, in the hometown, just hanging out. So we did that. And ever since I heard, you know, myself come out of the speakers, like that I could create something from nothing, I think that was just something that I felt like, yeah, you know, like you just feel like, man, like this is something I'm supposed to be doing. And so, and you got to have that feeling to be in the music business, because the music business is not about that. But if you really had that love for creating something out of nothing and fine tuning it and making sure people can keep it with them forever, that's a big deal. So I was 20. I heard myself come out the speakers. I had a Metro, and we found out how to download the song and make it a ringtone on the phone. So I had it as my call ringtone, my text ringtone, everything. I was feeling myself, boy. That song was so trash, but it was, I was like, man.
Do you remember the name of the song?
It's called It's On, and it is not suitable for radio play at all. It's nasty. We was talking about stuff we wasn't even doing yet. Like, we was just wilding, but it was cool. We was in the closet. The booth was in the closet with the mic hanging down off the, like, little shelf in the closet. We was loving it. Like, it was great. And the funny thing is now, studios are most of the time in people's houses now. Like, they're way more advanced. At that time, if you had a home studio, you was just starting out. Now, I actually prefer to go into people's, like, private home workspaces to make stuff. So
you sound like T-Pain with the fan on, huh?
Man, yes. I'm telling you, bro. It was a totally different. I don't even know what recording software we were using. What mic we had didn't matter. You know, we was just making music, and I made a whole bunch of music that summer. And after that, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I was just like, I'm gonna do it. And then in 2011, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna take it like really serious. Like, I'm not gonna play around. I'm gonna, you know, have managers and branding and contracts and blah blah blah. So ever since then, we just been moving, man. Just, you know, me and my brother, we just been moving. So
nice.
You know, making moves.
What's the pros and the cons of being in the music industry?
I mean, I would say the pros are, if you're a creative, you know, seeing your music touch people. Like, I'm not somebody that enjoys being like a public figure famous, but when somebody comes up to you and they're like, yo, man, like, I listened to that song when I like first got with my girl, and that's what made me like want to open up to her and like tell her stuff, and you be like, man, like, because of me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really be tripping, like, you know, or like I remember one time I went to a show, and this guy that followed me online, and he would always like retweet everything I posted and, like, you know, respond to all of my Instagram story posts. I did a show in San Francisco, and it was like probably like 400 or 500 people in the crowd, and then I had done like 2 songs, and then I was like, man, I was like, what song should we? I was asking my DJ, I was like, what song should we do next? And I hear this dude, I don't know how I knew it was him, but he was like, do cheat codes. And I was like, what? And I look, and I see him from his Instagram picture. I can see, I'm like, that's him. He literally walked all the way up through the crowd to be in the front to yell, like, and I'm just like, man. And I'm like, you know, so to see what you do, what you create at like your dinner table, and then go record, and then, you know, you go through your insecurity about, and then you go through your confidence moment about, and then you go through all that, and then somebody is like, this is the song, I can't stop playing it. Wow. You know, like, that is crazy. Like, but so that is the pro. Like, the fulfillment and the impact that you can have when your heart's in the right place is incredible. But I would say the downside is that it's a product. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that, you know, capitalism ruins everything. And capitalism ruins the music industry, because at the end of the day, they're trying to the business people are trying to sell a product. They don't care if you're saving people from committing suicide, or you're, you know, making relationships stay strong, or getting them back together. They're like, look, you need to like wear this t-shirt, and you're going to be a sex symbol on this next album. And that's it. To them, it's a product. And you can't be mad at those people, because they're not artists. They're business people. Like, they're 1 + 2 = 3. They're not in the studio doing piano solos, so they don't care that you feel it and all that. They're like, okay, you got 3 ballads on this. I need a twerk song because that's what's popping right now.
Right.
That's because they're the salesmen. So they're the one that's like, I got to sell this. You need to give me what I need to sell it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really a con because you feel like what you're doing is not important. It's just a product. You know what I'm saying? At times. That's it. You just got, and I tell all the artists that you got to find somebody in the industry that's like, I could do something with that. As is. Not like I could do something with that if you change it and you change your hair and you change your sound and you do. No, you got to, because that person doesn't rock with you.
Right.
They're just trying to use your talent.
Right.
You got to find an A&R that's like, as is, like Lizzo. They're not saying Lizzo lose weight. They saying I could do something with that. Like, stay exactly how you are. I know where to put you. And everybody ain't that person that gave Lizzo that plug. Everybody's not that person. She had to wait for her person.
Right.
And so now at least somewhat probably where she wants to be.
Right.
You know?
Right. So like, what is your advice for those who are trying to be in the music industry and want to create their art? What are some of the tips and advice that you would give to those?
I would say the hardest part of it, the hardest piece of advice I give them is you got to crock pot cook your product. Like, you can't oven bake it, you can't microwave it. So they might be doing acapellas in their boxers, like you were saying, right? Mm-hmm. But that might be the beginning of their creative thing, right? Right. So the problem that they're having is that they're trying to microwave it, so they're bringing it to you too early. It's not done.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they need to keep crock pot cooking it.
Until it's right.
Exactly. Keep working on your craft. Like, be able to take, input. Like, hey, you need to get this song mixed and it'll be a hit. Don't be like, I don't need no mix. I got bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. But at the same time, like, just be like, it's not for you. Who's down the hall? Because I'm gonna give it to somebody else.
Right.
And then don't be bitter when you blow up because you found that right person.
Right.
And then now you're popping, and then you're like, nobody believed in me. But it's like, nah, it just wasn't for those 8 people. True. And that one person believed in you. So,
True.
You gotta have like a thick skin, because I done shows where, man, my audio was bad and people was just. I have done a show before where my audio was bad and the newspaper wrote that. Sounds like a talented artist. Couldn't hear nothing he said. Wish I could have caught the show when his audio wasn't tripping. And it was in the newspaper.
Wow.
And it's like, you gotta be able. And I had a show like 3 days later.
Right.
So it's like, you gotta be able to just be like,
right.
Next. You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise you just gonna break down every time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So thick skin and crock pot cook your product. Like, cook it. Crock pot, you cook that all day. You go to work, come back,
right.
It's barely done. So.
Right.
Baby, in this life, it seems like I've seen everything. I've seen them come, seen them go, seen them in between. I know enough to know ain't nothing else quite like you, queen. So let me break it down and show exactly what I mean. Now I'm trying to tell you that my intentions are true. You've been my lady, been my baby, but I need more than a boo. Now let me talk to your father. I know for sure he gon' bless. I'm trying to get to the altar. Just look at me and say yes, I do. Baby, fly, I can love you for the rest of your life. Girl, ain't nothing more appealing. White picket fence and children, you and me. Holy matrimony.
Thank you, Cash Campaign, for coming through. I really do appreciate it. You dropped some gems on Durags and Conversations. I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. Man, how can people get in contact with you if they want to write for you, or they want to produce for you, they want you to be on the song, be the next #1 hit? How can
that's what I'm trying to do. 2020 is all about #1 hits, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get that #1 hit.
Do you have any projects coming out in 2020? And, share all that good stuff.
Man, right now we pushing my last album, Somerset, that released in September. We pushing that. I'm gonna definitely drop a project in 2020. It's gonna be some light work. We're gonna do a little EP.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be no features. It's just gonna be your boy. I'll make sure I give people something to add to their playlist in 2020. But I'm not gonna drop no dates or no names or no. We just building records right now.
Okay.
But Cash Campaign, CashCampaign. Instagram, Twitter, whatever. If you Google it, it'll come up. And we in the information age now. If you know an artist's name, you can find their stuff. So,
right.
So it's all good, man. Just tap in. I'm that type of person where I'm willing to work with whoever.
You know, I don't care if you got 5 followers and you got fire beats.
Right.
You work with me, we work together, you gonna have more than 5 followers by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So,
right. It's all about building that in unity. And
exactly.
coming together.
Exactly. We gonna mob it out. We gonna work hard, boy. So it's all good, man. Thank you for having me. I really should have wore my do-rag, fam. I really should have. I don't got waves no more, but I should have broke out the do-rag, man. Next time, if I'm in here with you, I'm do-ragged up.
All right.
Do-ragged up.
We gonna do something. We gonna link up again. We gonna link up again.
We gonna do that. You know
all right. Thank you, fam, for coming through. I appreciate it.
All good, brother. All good.